Hi, I'm Whelan Barzey from the British Blacklist, and today I'm joined by the acting phenomenon who hails from Camden, New Jersey, coming in at anywhere between 228 and 275 pounds, starring as George Foreman in the upcoming boxing drama Big George Foreman, Khris Davis.
What an introduction. What an introduction.
Bro, it's nothing less than you deserve, champ. Nothing less than you deserve.
Word. Thank you, man.
No worries, my bro. So how are you doing and where are you in the world today?
I'm good, man. I'm in Los Angeles right now.
I'm based in London in the UK, and I just wanted you to know that the poster of you starring in this film is plastered literally everywhere, on the buses, on the train stations.
What?
It might as well be on the inside of my eyelids, bro. Everywhere,
That's funny.
man. So how does it feel to be that seen and that exposed?
Well, to be that, I think the right word is exposed. That could be a little nerve-wracking, because I'm a person of privacy. I'm a person who likes to preserve my energy. So it's new to me, but nothing that I can't become accustomed to, I think.
Without doubt, without that, I hope this is something that you're gonna have to get used to. Unfortunately, or fortunately, because this film, people are gonna see you, man. People are gonna see you, and then I just wanted to mostly touch on in terms of like the fighting scenes. I know that you made a point to take real punches in the ring. Like aesthetically, that's obviously needed because fake punch doesn't look that great on screen. But on a deeper level, did you feel did you feel like you owed Mr. Foreman the respect of authenticating his journey through the rigorous training, taking the blows, putting yourself through the physical transformation, almost like because you're going to see the joy and you're going to reap the fruits of his legacy, you almost needed to earn that by putting yourself through this to some degree.
You got it right. I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the guys that came through are actual fighters, retired pro heavyweights and people who are still active. So what I needed was not to just authenticate Mr. Foreman's story. That I didn't just feel the responsibility of having to authenticate that. I wanted those who were coming in to trust me, because the fight legacy, far supersedes just Mr. Foreman's. It's everyone who puts their life on the line when they have to glove up, when they get in the ring or the octagon or wherever they fight. So I felt a huge responsibility to have to authenticate that, and it did not bother me one bit to take a punch. I mean, it wasn't my first time taking some punches, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, let's just do it then, man. You got gloves on, so let's go ahead and do it. And it wasn't easy. Some of those days it was hard to take some of those blows, but like I said before, everybody was willing to make that sacrifice, and all the fighters put in that work because they had the same kind of deference for Mr. Foreman's story.
In terms of the sacrifice, what transformation would you say was harder? Playing George Foreman in the different stages of his life, the evolution of your character, Khris, on Broadway, or growing out your waves as Tracey in Atlanta?
Mr. Foreman's life. That's not even close, man. Having the waves on Atlanta was a cakewalk compared to playing Mr. Foreman, man. Because I had to get into fight training, right? So for the first half of the film, we filmed him being in the younger years, and then we filmed him being heavyweight champion. And we filmed out of sequence, so week by week I could be a different weight, right? I could be 228 this week, and then the next week I got to jump up to 242, and then jump back down to 228 to 230, to play a little bit younger. And then we took 6 weeks off to do the second half for his comeback, right? Where he's heavier. And like you said in the beginning, I went from 225 to 275 in 5 weeks, right? 7,000 calories a day. The heaviest I got was 282, right? So everything was about doing Mr. Foreman's story justice, authenticating every possible corner of this story that I could, because this was my one time, my one shot to do it. And I wanted to give it everything I had.
Thank you, bro. And I just want to say in closing, I guess it is open to you. Your portrayal of Mr. Foreman's opened him up to respect that I don't feel like he received
Yeah.
previously. And I think that his desire for respect and validation came from a place in his earlier years that many of us black men feel from not having a space to be vulnerable. How did you bring that vulnerable to such a hyper masculine space as boxing?
I mean, I think that as a black man, right, and as a black man from America, I understand that, and I'm also a bigger guy. I always was a bigger guy, even as a kid, you know, a bigger kid, whatever. So I understand what it felt like for people to bypass, you know, who you are as a person because they're always looking at your size or your color. You know what I mean? And they have this expectation that you're either a protector or a brute, or, you know, there was a long period in my youth where I couldn't even argue with somebody because they always were just afraid that because I was big, right? So it was always coming at me, and I understood what Mr. Foreman was going through. I understood what it felt like to be bypassed, to not be given the respect that you feel like you deserve, you know, and I think that a lot of us could understand that, right? To be overlooked, you know, kind of be invisible in that way, right? So, yeah.
Thank you for bringing that vulnerability to the role, because as men, and we especially as black men, we needed to see that. So I just want to say I appreciate you, brother, and many of us are going to be touched and moved by watching your performance, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.